Hello and welcome back to English with Jack. My goal here is to help you build confidence and fluency in natural British English. In this lesson, we are going to follow a story called The Perfect Design. By listening to this narrative, you will improve your understanding of workplace vocabulary and learn exactly how to use the idiom "hit the nail on the head" in a real-life context. Felix stared out of the rain-streaked window of his office in the city centre of Manchester. It was a grey Tuesday afternoon, and the mood inside the design studio was just as gloomy. As the senior architect for the firm, Felix was responsible for the Greenleaf project, a massive proposal for a new block of eco-friendly flats near the motorway. The problem wasn't the budget or the materials. The problem was the client. For 3 weeks, Felix and his team had presented sketches, 3D models, and color palettes, but the client had rejected every single one of them. Felix sighed and looked down at the messy pile of papers on his desk. He felt completely stuck. Just then, the lift doors opened with a soft ping, and Lydia walked onto the floor. Lydia was the newest member of the team, having only joined the company a fortnight ago. She shook her wet umbrella and placed it in the stand before walking over to her desk. She looked cheerful, which was a stark contrast to everyone else in the room. Felix called everyone into the meeting room for an emergency brainstorming session. The deadline was approaching rapidly, and if they didn't come up with a concept that worked, the firm might lose the contract. They sat around the long glass table, clutching mugs of tea and plates of digestive biscuits. Felix explained the situation again. The client wanted something modern but traditional, green but urban, and luxurious but affordable. It sounded impossible. The team spent the first hour throwing out random ideas, but nothing seemed to stick. One colleague suggested a rooftop garden, but that had already been done. Another suggested using recycled brick, but the client found it too industrial. The atmosphere in the room grew tense. Felix rubbed his temples, feeling a headache coming on. He needed a miracle, or at least a fresh perspective, to save this project. The silence in the meeting room stretched on for what felt like hours. Outside, the rain continued to hammer against the glass, matching the dismal mood indoors. Felix was just about to dismiss the team and admit defeat when a quiet voice broke the silence. It was Lydia. She sat forward in her chair, clutching a small leather-bound notebook. She apologized for interrupting, acknowledging that she was the most junior person in the room and perhaps didn't fully understand the history of the project. However, she had been thinking about the client's contradictory demands during her commute on the tram that morning. Felix gestured for her to continue, desperate for any input at all. Lydia opened her notebook and slid it across the glass table. On the page was a rough charcoal sketch. Instead of trying to build a completely new structure that looked old, or an old structure that looked new, Lydia had proposed a different approach entirely. She suggested preserving the facade of the derelict Victorian factory that currently stood on the site. She wanted to build the eco-friendly flats inside the shell of the old building, creating an indoor vertical garden in the central atrium. It used the existing red brickwork, which satisfied the traditional requirement, but featured sharp contemporary glass balconies which covered the modern aspect. It was a brilliant fusion of the city's industrial past and a green future. Felix picked up the notebook and stared at the drawing intensely. He adjusted his glasses and frowned, not out of anger, but out of deep concentration. The other architects leaned in, trying to get a glimpse of the idea. For the first time that day, the tension in the room began to dissipate. Felix looked up at Lydia, who was nervously biting her lip. He looked back down at the sketch, realizing that in 5 minutes the new girl had solved a puzzle that had confused the senior staff for a month. The solution was elegant, cost-effective, and exactly what the client had been describing in their vague emails. Felix slapped the table enthusiastically. He told the team to drop everything else and focus entirely on refining Lydia's concept. Over the next 48 hours, the studio was a hive of activity. They worked late into the night, fueled by takeaway pizza and strong coffee, turning the rough charcoal sketch into a polished professional presentation. By Thursday morning, the proposal was ready. Felix and Lydia traveled together to the client's headquarters, a glass tower overlooking the river. Lydia felt sick with nerves, clutching her portfolio tightly, but Felix reassured her. He knew quality when he saw it, and he was confident that this design was special. The meeting with the client was intense. The developers sat with stone-cold expressions as Felix flicked through the introductory slides. Then it was Lydia's turn. She stood up to explain the vision behind the vertical garden and the preservation of the historic brickwork. She spoke passionately about blending the old Manchester aesthetic with modern green living. When she finished, the room fell silent. The lead developer leaned back in his leather chair, and for a moment Lydia thought she had failed. Then a slow smile spread across his face. He said it was the first time anyone had truly listened to what they wanted. He signed off on the project immediately. Walking back to the car park, the rain had finally stopped, and the sun was breaking through the clouds. Felix turned to Lydia, looking relieved and incredibly proud. He told her that her intuition had saved the firm from losing a major contract. He explained that while the other architects had focused on being flashy or expensive, she had focused on the actual requirements. He looked at her and said, "Lydia, with that design, you absolutely hit the nail on the head." She had found the exact answer to the problem, perfectly and precisely. And that brings us to the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed following Felix and Lydia as they navigated the high-pressure environment of the architecture firm and finally secured that difficult contract. Did you notice how the key idiom was used at the very end? When Felix told Lydia she had hit the nail on the head, he meant that she had described the situation exactly right or found the perfect solution to the problem. It is a brilliant phrase to use in the workplace when a colleague identifies the core of an issue precisely. If you found this lesson helpful, please remember to click the like button and subscribe to the channel for more immersive English practice. See you in the next lesson.